Greetings, fellow riders of the ancient winds. It's Lyle Windstrom, your subspace meditator, coming to you once again with some thoughts, further thoughts, that I wanted to talk with you about on the season finale of The Walking Dead, Last Day on Earth. Now, I wanted to tell you in this video how I thought this season finale ended, or what my thoughts were on how it ended. I really did enjoy the season finale. I'm not going to take anything away from it. I thought the actors' work was brilliant, especially here in this final scene. The emoting here was spectacular from each one of the actors and how they played their parts and what they were doing. The writing, I think, was spectacular right up to that last moment. All the way through this episode, you can see what they're doing. You can see what they are trying to, where they're leading you as a viewer, where they're leading our heroes as characters. So it's very clear to me what was going on. And the performance by Jeffrey Dean Morgan here as Negan was, I think, a spot-on analysis of, or should I say a spot-on recreation of what you can see in the comic books. So I was very pleased and impressed with this episode right up to that final moment, and it is that final moment that I want to talk about in my breakdown of this episode. Now, if you haven't seen this episode, for whatever reason you haven't seen it, spoilers, there will be some spoilers in here. That being said, man, that final scene, that final moment of the scene where we get this POV shot of who is getting killed. To me, that was a tremendous letdown. That was anticlimactic. It was totally the opposite and against the buildup of everything that took place this entire season. When we knew from the beginning that Negan was going to be introduced, when we knew from the beginning that we were going to see someone die in this season, at the conclusion of this season. Now what they've done is cliffhangered us all the way through what is going on, and it's anticlimactic, it's anti-dramatic to what should have gone, what should have taken place. Now, this is what I'm going to say. I believe that The Walking Dead should have gone ahead and done this. They should have gone ahead and shown us what character got it in the end from Negan. And they should have made it, in my opinion, an A-level character. If you wanted to set people's hearts on fire, if you wanted to set their hearts on fire for revenge and for real hatred of Negan and a lust to see somewhere down the line Negan get his, then you should have gone ahead, Walking Dead. You should have gone ahead and showed us what character met his or her death at the conclusion of this episode. They didn't do that, did they? They left us hanging on the edge of our seats, and it ticked a lot of people off. Now, who are A-level characters, in my opinion? Because I said we should have had an A-level character death, and it should have been seen. A-level characters, in my opinion, are very simple. I think all of you can pretty much guess. Rick, Daryl, Michonne, Carl, Carol, Glenn, and Maggie. Okay? Now, who then are B-level characters, in my estimation? These would be people like your Abrahams, Sasha, Rosita, Eugene, maybe Morgan. You know, you might be able to put him on that borderline between A and B. Okay, so then I didn't mention everybody, have I? So who are C-level characters? These would be people like Aaron, possibly Gabriel, maybe others. Now, out of the people that I mentioned, there are only 3 who are not in the lineup. Carol, Morgan, and Gabriel. And so because of those characters who are not there, you only have a few certain different numbers of choices that you can make. And as far as eliminating the other 7, how many do we have here? eliminating the B and C level characters, we only have A level characters like Rick, Michonne, Daryl, Carol, should I say Carl, Glenn, and Maggie. Now again, to make this the maximum impact that it could have had, to make this have the biggest emotional moment, and it should have been and would have been the biggest emotional moment if they had at least shown us who got hit. To make this that way, you need a high-level character who is worthy of a death by somebody like Negan. An iconic character like Negan cannot kill someone like Eugene or Aaron or somebody like that and get away with it. And as much, quite frankly, as I like Abraham and Sasha and Rosita, and as much as I do, in fact, like Eugene too, these people just aren't worthy to be killed by Negan and to make you feel that death and to make you want to see this SOB right here get his when the time comes. You need an A-level character. Now, I'm not going to speculate on who got it, okay? All you people who want to talk about what angle, Negan was talking from, and what angle the bat was at, and what trees were behind him, and all this other kind of stuff, forget all that, okay? I'm not going into that. I'm going to wait to see who got hit, who was on the business end of Lucille. But I'm only telling you that I think that this should have been an iconic character, an iconic A-level character death. Whether it was Glenn, or whether it was Daryl, or whether it was somebody like that, and it should be an iconic character death. Now, quite frankly, because this is a TV show on a TV network, I don't think they're going to kill a female with a baseball bat. So I quite honestly will tell you that I think all of the women in this lineup are out from a practical standpoint. Not from a storytelling standpoint, from a practical standpoint of TV show viewing. Okay, I don't think TV shows are ready to go that far in dealing with female characters. Not like this. We've seen female deaths before, but not like this. I don't think your primetime television is ready to do something like that. So I think you can forget Sasha, Rosita, Michonne, and Maggie in this lineup, and for other reasons as well. So that really only leaves Daryl and Glenn, doesn't it, out of the A list. And if you want to kill one of those guys, that's the way it's got to be in order to make this something strong.